Okay, so welcome back everybody. You're watching the Gigabyte Dota Masters Tournament. My name is Transferman. Casting with me, of course, is Gods from Absolute Legends. And tonight, we've got MUFC on the Radiant up against SpaceMonkeys on the Dire. And I believe this is Group B action that we've got rolling out here, Gods.
This is Group B, and this is the second match. Are we up to third match of tonight? Oh, I'm completely out of it tonight. Third match of tonight, third match of Group B. Today is all about Group B. Invasion MUFC up against SpaceMonkeys, and a repeat of their semi-final match back at the Razer Dota 2 tournament in Malaysia, where MUFC did come out on top. This time, we're going to see whether or not SpaceMonkeys can change, well, not change history, but make history, take a bit of a sidestep as they're going to try and get their revenge.
Yeah, well, basically, it's time to come back from behind and cause some damage, but it looks like they've decided to ban Chen. They've also gotten rid of Darks here. Pretty stock standard, as we've seen. Also, Lycan getting picked up. As we saw Lycan, I mean, he's definitely a damn good hero, but if you've got the lineup to deal with him, he gets shut down pretty hard, as we saw. Unfortunately, Evo GT struggling to even get their... They had to cut the boots out of the Lycan build just because they were so far behind trying to catch up. But we're waiting on the next ban from the Dire side, but we've also had Furion bans. It looks like they're getting rid of quite a few pushes here. We've had Shen taken out, we've had Furion taken out, so a lot of map control lost there. A lot of those heroes taken out. And of course, Lycan, good semi-carry, but also very strong pusher, especially if you've got a lot of pets being run by different heroes.
Yeah, and they're going to ban the other jungle hero that MUFC do like to use. It is going to be that Enchantress, and now we're going to see just what MUFC want to pick up early on. I think Windrun is going to be a hero that they're trying to pick up nice and early, as other heroes, I mean, they like, as I said, they like the OD, and I think even in the first three picks, they'll pick up that OD because they want to make sure it doesn't get banned in the second stage. The first pick is going to go to the Dire team, so they're going to have first dibs at whatever's left in the pool. Invoker is still there. Whether or not that's something they want to use, or whether they'll maybe stick with the Leshrac, which has been working so well for them, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, the Evoker's gone, but the Brewmaster is still here. The question is, do they want to use it? I know it is being touted as one of the strongest, nastiest things around. Of course, very, very good brawling hero, but I mean, we've seen him not banned. I don't think we've seen him banned once tonight, and that nobody has bothered picking him up. So obviously, you know, it's one of those heroes that not everybody is completely comfortable with. It does need a deft hand because you need to stack, you need to place those disables where you need them. Definitely, if you don't have good timing, then it's not that efficient. But Windrunner being picked up first. Now, you said the MUSC would love to get their hands on, but of course, just about everybody loves to get their hands on Windrunner. She's just such a versatile, just such a strong hero, and shackle shots in the mid game can pretty much end fights there and then if landed correctly. Latching two really good linchpin heroes together is a very, very big deal. But I'm just waiting on the double pick now from MUFC. But they can't get their hands on Windrunner, so you think they'll try and pick up Obsidian or something, but they have gone straight for Leshrac and Vengeful. I'm not sure if OD would really fit into this anymore, unless it...
OD always fits when it comes to MUFC.
Okay.
They can trust me on this. They'll run the Vengeful Spirit as a support. Leshrac can go in there and try lane. They'll just put the OD mid, or something they even do is do like a Lich OD mid and then put the Vengeful Spirit with some kind of carry or semi-carry. I mean, the Vengeful Spirit, Leshrac can lane together. They may need a side tool of some sort. They might not go with the OD, okay? I've maybe talked up a bit too much, but it's definitely a preferred hero of theirs, so we'll have to see whether or not they do go with it. ES picked up for the Dire team, very similar to last game. The ES, the Windrunner, these sort of strong mid-game heroes. This game, though, they are going to have the Queen of Pain, and it's a Pandering Brewmaster left in the pool, being picked up, and MUFC going to be looking to use that hero, a hero which, as we've talked about constantly, Puppy reckons most imba hero in Dota. Dota 1, Dota 2, Dota in general.
Yep. And I should also just give a shout out. We were calling him a bit of a badger-looking thing, or a whiskered cat earlier in the week, but he makes, if you've got the test client, you'll know that he's now red, and it makes a lot more sense, because now he looks like a red, like an actual red panda, which don't look like your traditional fat and cuddly black and white bear, big panda bears, but the red pandas are like these little ferrety things. They're cuter, fatter ferrets, but they're a little bit more feline, a little bit less big, fat, and cuddly. But I am definitely looking forward to see what kind of damage. Like, is he going to go for a fast blink, or are they going to tank him up? What are they going to do? Do you think they'll go for an Argonym? I mean, we've seen some Argonym pandas, but they haven't been that hot. I mean, the games went to the late game, and suddenly the pandas kind of like the split. Primal split kind of sucks late because it was so easy. Like every time Brewmaster would split, he'd just get all of his pandas focused down. Maybe he just needs to go, alright, if I'm going for the split late game, I need to just take one panda out and run it away straight away.
Yeah, I think generally you Panda sort of going for this sort of utility tank build. You go for maybe early phase boots into a drum of endurance and then get something like a blink dagger up after that. If you're farming well, you can go for the ag scepter. But the early game items, you want the blink dagger, you want the drum of endurance to give you the mana pool you need, and we'll maybe see an ag scepter. But as you said, it's the longer the game goes, Panda does phase out a bit, which is why you'll see them maybe picking up some kind of semi-carry with, or maybe just putting a lot of farm onto the Leshrac, because Leshrac can. If Leshrac gets ahead, can do fairly well in the late game as well. And the Dire team don't really have any late game carry heroes of their own yet.
Yes, not as of yet. They've got Earthshaker. I am expecting one more support to come out from them. I don't think they'll run Windrunner as a hard support. It does happen, but I don't think it will. So I'm looking at this Queen of Pain solo mid, maybe. Really, like I don't think she wants to sideline against that. It looks like there's quite a few stunts, and there is the Obsidian ban. Decided, you know what, that's not going to happen. Crystal was also banned, actually. Getting taken out of the mix, but I'm kind of... Oh, range supports, they're kind of running a lot. I mean, they've got Witch Doctor left. Crystal Maiden's out. Vengeful Spirit's already gone. I suppose I could go with the Venomancer, but that would leave them with one melee and one very short range, which would kind of limit their options. I mean, we saw, of course, AL versus DK. Venomancer, while he's decent, if you go up against a hard lane, not that fantastic. They got shut down so damn hard by the Windrunner and the CM combo. Just a bit of range, bit of nuke can make it very, very difficult for him to support well.
Yeah, with strong lanes, picking up those melee carry heroes like Anti-Mage, like Ricky, you can get punished for it. And we're going to see just what SpaceMonkeys want to go with here. If they go for hard carry, I mean, maybe something like a Morphling, but they've got the Windrunner who can easily solo that side lane. Queen of Pain to solo the mid lane. They need something to finish off their tri-lane. Or, I mean, they could even keep the dual lanes in there. They could put the ES with the Windrunner at bottom and pick up some dual lane for top. I think they need to work on making sure they have a strong either dual lane or tri-lane. They need a good range support. The CM and the line both being quite smartly banned by MUFC. I definitely agree with the CM ban there, and we'll see just what they want to go with here. Maybe the Witch Doctor, but either way, Witch Doctor never going to be the preferred hero of choice, but it is going to be an anti-mage.
Lich is still there. I mean, they could double mid with Lich.
Yeah, actually, I completely forgot about Lich. I think Lich would be a perfect hero for this line. I think Lich would actually, with Lich, their lineup would be slightly stronger. So
we'll see what happens. Shadow Demon, though, being picked up by the Radiant side. I suppose he's a pretty damn good hero. Just doesn't have that much control, but still.
Well, against an anti-mage, you use the disruption on anti-mage, and instantly you're losing.
True, actually, good point.
Even if you blink away right away, you still get hit twice and lose about 80, 90 mana. If you don't blink away right away, you'll lose all your mana in a couple seconds. So it's a great hero against anti-mage.
Yes, of course, illusions, one of the few things they do is, of course, burn mana. Now we've got... I'm just wondering, are they going to... Well, really, where are they going to stick this? I think we might even see another solo mid Leshrac. They might even run the Shadow... Because, I mean, we've seen this a few times. They take the Brewmaster and they try and run him with a lot of support, get him that little bit of early farm, because a fast Blink Dagger on him can really be crippling. But they did... Whoa. Ooh. I think it depends what sort of resistance their anti-mage lane meets, so we'll see how it goes. But... As we saw, hard carry plus Venomancer, if they're up against a rough lane, can be very difficult. Even if they're not getting killed, getting slaughtered, it's very difficult for the hard carry to get the farm happening. So we'll see what happens. But one last pick from the from the Radiant side. Any predictions, gods?
Yeah, they're going to go with some kind of solo here. I want to say they've got their supports with the Shadow Demon, the Venture Spirit. I mean, they may run Shadow Demon as a support, but I think they will. If they do that, they may just run the Venture Spirit and the Leshrac as the two supports if Shadow Demon is a solo hero. They're going to go the Mirana, though, so that's going to be their sort of semi-carry, their main source of DPS going late into the game. Give them a sort of backup plan if their mid-game aggression fails. And we're going to see just how they decide to lane this. A lot of options. I mean, the Leshrac and Shadow Demon have a lot of synergy, but as you said, Leshrac is a likely solo hero, so we might not see those two heroes together.
I'm enjoying the Mirana. I just love Moonlight Shadow. Just watching teams set things up, that's very, very scary. As I think there's who's yelling at who there?
Well, I think we would have missed some of the chat because you don't get to see the chat during the bans and picks as broadcasters.
I just saw someone immediately call someone a fucker. I'm like, whoa, hang on. And then I remembered, oh wait, hang on. Somebody, Clanton.
Yes.
Terrible name.
Is repping some good R-rated names, but these guys are good friends. They play each other a lot. They know each other. They've met each other in real life, so it is all in good spirits for the most part.
Looks like at the moment it looks like Leshrac might be a support. Shadow Demon's down in the bottom lane, unless they're planning to rotate Leshrac and Vengeful down there and then farm Leshrac down there. I don't know. It looks like they might.
And it looks like Panda is going to be soloing mid lane as well. This is something I sort of expected, but I expected them more to run the Leshrac with the Shadow Demon in tri lane and then the Mirana as a solo, because then they can use that Shadow Demon Leshrac combo. Panda should do okay mid. He's probably going to rush that bottle, and against a hero like Queen of Pain won't do all that badly, but Anti-Mage is going to be the one at mid lane. This is not going to be easy for the Panda.
Definitely not. Earthshaker also skulking around here. He's spotted up a regeneration rune, so is Mirana. In fact, they've decided to leave it for now. There are 3 mid in the die at the moment. They haven't split up. Here we go. Earthshaker heading bottom. He's going to go and back up Windrunner there, I guess. Just going to do what we saw last game, which is basically he's not really late. He's just roaming around, just causing pressure. Not really committing to anything. And we saw actually a lot of the game. Earthshaker sort of sat up here by this point. Now we've got Venomancer and Vengeful trading hits there. Magic Missile goes out. She's just trying to burn that. And now she's not going to be able to pick up the regen, taking a lot of damage. She might just have to take it. Anyway, unless someone can come here to back her up. Anti-Mage also, this is possibly a first blood here on Vengeful Spirit. Getting beaten up. Loses the regen to some auto attacks there for Anti-Mage. Actually turns straight back around. Brewmaster here now as well. There's a stomp. Uh-oh, this is looking bad. Although here comes ES. Going to throw down the Fissure. Knocking away Vengeful Spirit. However, the Brewmaster now still in the mix. He's managed to block in Venomancer. He will go down. There's the first blood. And the Brewmaster still proving incredibly tough to kill. They don't really have another stun to back it up. I don't think ES has got the mana. Yes, he does not have the mana indeed. 3/4 more mana, and then he'll have it up and running. But I think it was a pretty good result there. I'm surprised the Venomancer went down. Like, I mean, 3v2. It really looked like, I guess the ES block didn't go as well as planned.
No, absolutely, and he was already so low. Panda with really nice base damage. Vengeful Spirit popping a couple of stuns in. Yeah, Venomancer going down, and that's a good start for MUFC. The first blood did go to the Vengeful. Actually, no, the first blood, sorry, went to the Panda. That's his early bottle. I saw him with no gold and just assumed it went to the Vengeful Spirit, but no, he's already got the bottle, so this mid lane is going to go pretty well for Panda now with this nice and quick bottle. And it's going to be dual lane versus dual lane as well, so they've decided to leave the Vengeful Spirit at mid.
Indeed, well, he probably will need a little bit of backup, but I'm thinking he's pretty much, it looks like every time Anti-Mage gets close, he just drops the Thunderclap on top of it, though he doesn't have quite enough mana to do it right now. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we've got ES skulking for a gank. He's going to try and get a Fissure in behind him. He might just try and bait them onto Windrunner first before he goes. You see Windrunner trying to draw him closer. Here comes the Fissure, going to block him off. Oh, gets it slightly wrong. Goes down anyway, doesn't matter. Windrunner's got the range to attack over the top. He saw him cancel there. He was trying to get the block off correctly. Brewmaster has managed to blow, he's used up all his bottle shots and then managed to find himself a haste rune. I've got to say, Venomancer needs to be relatively careful here. If he gets caught out with that haste, the Thunderclap, as well as the Magic Missile, he's in a lot of trouble. And there we go, the damage being stacked down on Anti-Mage, just harassing him. Not really hoping to accomplish much more, except make him back up. And we see the Panda also going for his passive as well.
Yeah, he is going to not get any points in stats. Often you'll see Panda getting a couple of points in stats. He's got the very quick magic wand. Think of him. He's got +4 to everything, so getting those stat points isn't all that necessary at the moment. We are going to see whether or not this Anti-Mage can deal with this constant aggression coming up from Panda. If he keeps seeing these runes, he can just keep spamming claps at will as there is a Fissure coming in from the high ground. He's going to pop the haste rune just to make sure he plays it as safe as possible. And with those bottle charges, Tangos, he should be alright.
Earthshaker in a terrible position. He's about to get hit by a Magic Missile. As soon as he commits to going in, he's going to try and slip through this way, but the hasted Panda is on the opposite side of it. He's got no more mana left for Fissure. There goes the Magic Missile. Here comes the Thunderclap, and that is a dead Earthshaker, regretting hanging around for so long. As he actually typed in, don't! Don't! Oh, nice to see they're all friends there. Meanwhile, Queen of Pain trying to solo the top. She's gone for no levels in Shadow Strike, which is fair enough. Not going to be such a fantastic item here. Oh, fantastic skill here. It's Mirana now just clashing with her a bit. Leshrac definitely playing the hardcore. Well, doing the pulling, in fact. So see, Panda having something brought out to him with a courier. Oh, he's got boots now. But I think his Panda might get out of control pretty quickly if this keeps up. It's very difficult for Anti-Mage to farm this.
And the rune spawns bottom. Venomancer was trying to deny it if it spawned top, but no, Vengeful Spirit spots out a regen rune. Panda can get another one, and Vengeful Spirit heading towards the bottom lane, help this Shadow Demon a bit as he has died once, and Windrunner is on top of this bottom lane fairly well. And I mean, with a Vengeful Spirit tank, maybe could help get a kill there, but no, Vengeful Spirit back mid, so Shadow Demon being left on his own. But I think overall, MUFC winning overall with this laning stage.
Yeah, they do look very strong at the moment. Meanwhile, on the bottom, I suppose Shadow Demon's the only Radiant lane kind of struggling at the moment, thanks to ES just popping down there every now and then, causing some trouble. As Mirana actually managed to get... Oh, wow. They actually managed to dive Queen of Pain there. Didn't expect that, but looks like she managed to cop a stun in the face. Vengeful Spirit, Skulker Remnant. She's picked up some early boots, ready to cause some trouble. Venomancer definitely struggling just a bit there, getting no farm.
Bottom lane fissure. Is there? Oh, Power Shot misses. Nice streak from the Shadow Demon, and he's trying to return fire. Windrunner will get the kill though, still with a couple auto attacks. And Windrunner taking a bit of damage from the tower. Will survive, I believe.
Yeah, no poison on him, so he should be able to get away. Up in the top lane, Mariah. Oh, Queen of Pain has gone for an early side lane, but I'm just wondering if she's going to shuttle that every now and then. The Brewmaster just up the front, not really giving a damn. And I think that's a ring. Yep, there is a ring of health. The stun goes down again on the anti-mage, just pressuring and harassing and making him really think twice about coming close for creep. But he will be a little bit more resilient now. But of course, I do have a fair amount of nuke power because Magic Missile hits, so it does an all-around amount of damage. So does Thunderclap. They will need to watch out for that. Let's just see. Oh wow, Venomancer really needs to watch because I mean they're almost ready to start diving him. I think if he steps out even a little bit away from that tower. Meanwhile, it looks like I think ES is skulking down here for another kill. Windrunner actually relatively low. He
had to pop the fissure just to save the Windrunner there. Shadow Demon not quite level 6 yet. Once he gets at level 6, he's going to have a lot more killing power. But MUFC still looking for some kills. Maybe at mid lane or top. Vengeful Spirit is going to scout out this top rune. It is a DD. Leave that for the Panda. And that will get him more regen, more runes at his disposal. And Panda now at level 6 as well.
Yeah, Primal Split up and ready to go to cause trouble. He's gone for 3 in Thunderclap, 2 in his Drunken Brawler. And now he's also got Primal Split. And it looks like they're just going to take her on. I don't think they'll be able to kill Anti-Mage. They don't have the lockdown for it. In fact, Anti-Mage going for... He's doing the stats build. It looks like he's got quite a few in stats. I would assume... I mean, he's only got 1 in... He hasn't even bothered with Mana Break. He's just gone 1 in Blink, 1 in Spell Shield, no Mana Break at all.
That decision. Yeah, I mean, we saw DK do this, but they've still got 1 point in Mana Break. Just for the a little bit of harass as well as just sort of to dent your opponent's mana if they are nice and low. But yeah, this anti-mage saying, oh, I don't want any points in it. He is going to, I believe, rush the battlefield, but he's not going to get it as quickly as we saw Burning get it when he had it like 12 or 13 minutes.
Oh boy, yeah, he was completely out of control that match. And there's the Banish there on top of Earthshaker. The damage amp gets popped down as well. Magic Missile gets thrown on top of him. Here comes Windrunner trying to help him out. Shackle Shot, nice use of that illusion there. Catching the illusion on top of Shadow Demon. It looks like Earthshaker's still going to go down unless he can nope, he gets taken out there. And also Shadow Demon on the run. One more hit. Windrunner will pick up that kill. So they're trading kills there. And in the end, I think it was better off to feed money to the Windrunner. So slight advantage there, but at the same time, DD being popped by the Panda. He throws down the Thunderclap. There's the Primal Split, and the Pandas are now going to chase after that Venomancer. The mass stuns are actually, they're using the Whirlwind. The Whirlwind there on the Anti-Mage, but they should be able to run him down. Unfortunately, the Fire Panda being constantly body blocked there by the Earth one. And Anti-Mage again getting Whirlwinded, and now he's had to reform. And Primal Split is over. But yeah, I think slight lack of microcontrol there, just with the Fire Panda continuously being body blocked by the Earth one. But of course, he got the stun off and then threw a rock and brought down Venomancer. As it looks like Leshrac, no, he's just doing a little bit of lane warding. I thought he might be going for a kill there. But gods, this is looking, I don't know, it looks even on the kill board, but there's only a little bit of a gold advantage. Do you think Anti-Mage is farming fast enough to keep up, or do you think he's gradually falling behind quite a bit?
He's falling behind, but not by a huge margin. And the Radiant team, I mean, it's just the Mirana. Mirana has Treads 1k gold, is actually sitting on 38 CS compared to the Anti-Mage at 27. There's a bit of a difference there. I think the good news for SM is that their Windrunner at bottom lane is doing very, very well. If they were right now they're losing both top lane as well as middle lane. If they were doing just okay bottom lane or not winning it, they'd be in trouble. But the fact is they've got 3 kills on this Shadow Demon. Windrunner is going to be a hero that needs to sort of step it up come mid-game with those power shot, shackle shot combos and being in the right position with those mechs. And I mean, Windrunner has the farmer levels to do that.
It's possible. I suppose as long as they can drag it in the late game, Anti-Mage is just going to get fatter and fatter eventually. Assuming he doesn't get killed 24/7. Here we go, there's the Banish as well as the damage out. Shadow Demon now trying to cause some trouble. She's just going to port out though. Here comes the Magic Missile. Well, it landed. It does! Catches her, cuts support shot. And she will probably go down here, pops her shackle. And yeah, Windrunner in some serious trouble. Actually gets an item delivered, gets her shield for a mech. The Buckler gets delivered during that fight, but in the end, gets taken out anyway. Earthshaker did show up at bottom as well as Venomancer, but they were too late to help out.
Yeah, but then it was a bit too late. Queen of Pain at top lane, doing alright, has hit level 7, has boots and bottle, not all that much farm, but the fact Queen of Pain just has the levels is going to mean Queen of Pain have an impact come mid-game. Arrow, not going to find Queen of Pain. Nick's just sort of searching there as Queen of Pain will blink and do a bit of harassment. Needs to be careful.
She's got her ult. She could almost kill Mirana. Mirana with a leap off cooldown.
Has ulti and scream now.
Oh, that could be a kill. Actually, we might keep an eye on that, as it looks like that will probably be the next logical position for a kill. Mirana is relatively low, very low. And also, Leshrac headed top. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage and Panda just contesting for farm and mid. And a health pot from Mirana, so she should be okay now. Leshrac just bringing that up.
Panda's actually going for the Aghanim Scepter, not worrying even about a Blink Dagger. Or he might get the Blink Dagger just with the Point Booster, because the Point Booster will boost up his mana pool. And bottom lane we do see, Vengeful Spirit caught out. DD Rune on the Venomancer, but the Fissure is blocking them on the wrong side. Shackle Shot will not latch on, but there should be enough damage. The DD on Venomancer now. Shadow Demon needs to get out. Is there going to be any TP support? No, there's not, but they're not going to chase for it. But they will look to take out this tier 1 tower, the first tower of the game, and if SM can get that, they'll be looking okay here.
Yeah, of course, towers give a massive goal boost, especially if you can get a couple of other towers. It is a huge boon, and it's really hard for your opponents to catch up on without pushing down their own towers. It really helps equalise any CS. In fact, I'm not even sure which team has managed to CS more at this point. To see Shadow Demon spreading out some Shadow Poison. Tower is going to go down at this point because nobody's going to back him up. Well, meanwhile, it looks like Panda is just going to... Well, no, he's just happy to farm, not even really applying that much pressure to the Anti-Mage or even bothering to try and push super hard. And Mirana also happy just to sit up the top lane farm. Will she drop an arrow? Will she go for the guess? It looks like Queen of Pain will just manage to escape. No blind arrow, cutting her short there. Teleporting on at home. Now Leshrac in his friendly jungle, but there are a lot of dire guys sweeping through here. They could bring him down. He's not particularly fat. In fact, boots and a couple of GG branches are not going to keep him alive against mass stuns and nukes. Looks like they're happy to go after the Shadow Demon, though the Fissure as well catch him. There is the Pulse, not Pulse, over the Edict causing trouble. And now Venomancer being jumped on by Leshrac. The Magic Missile as well, dead Venomancer. And also Shadow Demon causing some trouble over here, dropping the damage out. ES actually going, you know what, screw this, I'm porting out. And Winron just going to walk out.
Let's finish the mech though. They'll help him out a bit, especially when he gets ganked, or just his team in general, if they want to go for some small skirmishes at the moment. I don't think either team is going to look to group up all that soon. Neither team really has the lineup to just group up and push. Queen of Pain still needs some farm items and will just probably sit top, versing this Mirana. And this game is going to be more sort of a gank-oriented game. Who can get off some successful ganks? And I really hope Panda does just go for that Blink Dagger now, as he can be a key hero to set the tempo for the Radiant team if he gets that.
I think that will be a fantastic one, just because it'll really give them some serious initiation. But they won't need to worry about having to land long bomb arrows or something. Just get Panda straight in there, get him slowing everybody, get him brawling with them. That's the main thing. Just wants to start a fight. Once he starts causing havoc, then his teammates can follow in safely without having to worry too much about being focus fired. Now, Mirana's still... I find the Tread's build interesting. Normally these days I see Phase are very popular on her, although they do have to worry about a fair amount of nuke, Echo Slam, Queen of Pain, and the Venomancer obviously doing a fair amount of DOT himself. But do you find Treads is relatively uncommon, or do you, favour the phase boots?
I think Treads is still fairly common, just because you do get the attack speed. It's a thing on Mirana. It's not all that bad. The phase boots is just there. If you get phase boots right, really as your first item right away, you get some really nice last hitting damage. Because Mirana is actually not that great a last hitter, which is partly why teams like to go for the phase boots against the easy lane, the dual lane against the Queen of Pain. I think Mirana said, okay. Treads are slightly better as we get to the mid to late game for the actual DPS, when you don't need just the pure plus damage, you need the attack speed. So Mirana's saying, I don't need the damage to help me my early game last hitting, and I think the Treads was a fine decision.
Fair enough then. As it looks like, what have we got up here? Earthshaker still pretty poor, obviously doing a lot of roaming work, a lot of defensive work for his team. Queen of Pain has picked up that bottle, she's had it for a little while now, has gone for a null talisman, power treads as well. It looks like they might try and jump Leshrac. I'm pretty sure they got Mirana up here just a little bit before. There's the Fissure going to go down. Does manage to connect. Scream as well. Shackled. Not doing a whole lot. Queen of Pain got her all. Doesn't matter. They drop the power shot into him. Put the boot in. Bring him down. A Shadow Demon rolling up to the top lane. Has also got a side lane. Wow, they really like these side lane bottles. Side lane bottle and the Shadow Demon as well. Mirana is back up at top. She picked up anything new. Again, another bottle. Lots and lots of bottles running around at the moment. Heavy drinkers, apparently. Of course, with the Brewmaster on the team, why not? Now, the poison being spread around like... well, like herpes, basically. Just being shared. There's the damage out. Windrunner in a fair amount of trouble. Gets purged as well. Trying to Windrunner out. I think Venomancer got hit by a stun. The mech gets popped, gets smacked by Split Earth. And now Queen of Pain just attacking from the high ground there. So only one kill. Venomancer only. Now Panda also wading into the fray up on top. Showing up. He's got his ult up ready to go. He has managed to... he has actually... his build has been finished. Maxing out his passive. Has one in his slow. And he's got the blink dagger now, gods. You were right. He did go straight for that blink.
Yeah, I think this is the right decision, and he can use that to disengage. He can maybe just go on this Windrunner here, who is already half HP. He's got the ulti. He could pop the regen and then just use the... oh, he's popped his one. He can just clap ulti, and that's what we're probably going to see here, as he has been fidgeted. That's going to slow him down a bit. He pops ulti a bit late. Arrow finds Venomancer, though, and Venomancer will drop. Can they get anyone else, though?
I think they might be able to get Queen of Pain if they can get the disables stacked on, though. The Split Earth note doesn't show up in time. Queen of Pain should be able to sneak away, unless this is a very... damn fast Panda. There we go, respawning anyway. Or reforming rather. Power Magic Missile, is it going to go down? I think there's still... oh, a Queen of Pain goes in deep on the Shrek. And in fact, Earthshaker is still up top here doing absolutely... he dropped that one fissure and then refused to move. I think he's just waiting for the mana possibly to port out. What items has he got? Yeah, he's got a port. He's just waiting to play it safe. Just waiting to get the mana to get the hell out. And Queen of Pain is actually very deep. There's the Thunderclap and the blink. She will need to blink out. No! She throws the screen at us. I was worried she had not have enough mana left. Getting slowed though by that Shadow Demon. The poison being sprayed around there. Blinks out again. And now being backed up by Venomancer. Throwing the Venom Scale. Gets banished though. Also have a bit of poison. Here comes the Thunderclap on Venomancer. Venomancer taking a lot of damage to Shadows as well. Causing trouble. He might go down to this poison. No, pops the magic wand to heal himself up. Looks like he will escape safely. Meanwhile, where has Anti-Mage been? He's working on that Battle Fury still about 300 gold shy. 400 gold shy.
Yeah, he's 16 minutes though, so, I mean, not the quickest Battle Fury, but he's not doing all that poorly. I mean, he will, once he gets that Battle Fury, he needs to just make sure he focuses, keeps on farming, gets the treads up, gets either the Manta Cell, the Vlads, whatever he wants to go for. Just, he needs to get that next big item up as quickly as possible. He can't use the Battle Fury, think, okay, I've got Battle Fury. Even when he gets Battle Fury treads, you can't think, okay, let's go fight. He needs to think, okay, let's use this to farm quicker and more efficiently.
Indeed, indeed. Now, what have we got there? Shackle shot. Power shot does not connect. I think it might have been slightly blind, as the animations on that Shackle were all over the place. It looks like the Shrek's still in trouble. The Banish, though, going to save him. Poured in. Here comes with Split Earth as well. Connects with Windrunner. She's in some serious trouble. There's the Lightning Storm as well. Power shot misses Leshrac, and Windrunner gets cleaned up there with the aid of Angel Spirit. As look there, Leshrac is laughing at her. Windrunner, Dan not happy. Not happy Dan. Looking at what's down here. Mirana has gone for a quick Yasha. A fair bit of attack speed, a little bit of damage. I think she's probably going straight for that Manta Style. Is a really, really damn good item. It does need a bit of damage after it though.
Yeah, it does give you the damage, the sort of the survivability you need as a Mirana. But yeah, you don't have the pure damage. You need something like an MKB following that, and we'll see just what Nick decides to go. Anti-Mage still... oh, actually no, he's got the Battle Fury if he wants it, and he just needs to look for places where he can free farm. If all the lanes are being pressured, just go farm those nukes, blink from one camp to the next, and he will fly that out to him now. He doesn't want to really verse the Mirana at bottom lane, because Mirana can just trade hits and will come out on top, as Anti-Mage is fairly squishy to physical damage at the moment.
He has maxed out Spell Shield, got 3, but has not even bothered with Mana Burk yet, so yeah, you're right, he would not win a fight at all.
Trading hits isn't even worth it when you don't have that mana break.
Oh, good swap there from VS. Goes to a bit of danger. She's gone balls deep. Can she get out? No, she will go down, but she's going to... actually, no, she doesn't pick up the kill. Or she might. No, there we go. The poison bringing down Windrunner, so I think a decent trade there, as apparently they need to pause. But I'm thinking that Radiant could take this mid-town, although Mirana's still missing. I think Mirana could have actually saved the Vengeful Spirit there, but she hasn't got her ult.
Yeah, and Leshrac has the maxed out Edict. I think they'll just go in, take this tier 1 tower, Fisher, it's going to be up in a second, though. Maybe not going to risk it. I don't know if the Radiant team actually know this Anti-Mage does not have mana break. If they knew that, they'd probably be a lot more risky and aggressive in their play. But they're probably thinking, okay, Anti-Mage actually can do a bit of damage, stay away. But no, without mana break, he's pretty much useless until he actually farms up a few more items, gets those levels he needs.
As you see, oh, Queen of Pain teleported into an arrow. Takes a lot of damage. Miranda, they're not able to seal the deal and backs up. See, she's bottling up. Oh, she's picked up Moonlight Shadow at last, level 11, and there we go. She's going to take this bottom tower. Threatens to use a Starfall once again. There we go. Starstorm causing damage. And Queen of Pain getting coming for the last hit. Doesn't get the deny, though. Miranda, sneaky.
Almost.
I don't think they go. They die. They can't see. Oh, the Brewmaster just snuck in there. Blinks over the top. Just snuck in. Around the Creepway's vision. They don't know he's behind enemy lines at the moment. Although he's shopping
with a level 2 ultimate.
What is he doing at the moment? I think he might blink in from over the Roche pit. We might find out in a second. Here we go, skulking around behind that. Venomancer is very vulnerable. Doesn't have that much mana up either. I think Veno is...
Venomancer? Oh, he's going to get caught.
He's dead. Without question.
Even with that nice fissure, yeah. And I think that was Venomancer. He's putting up the wards to protect the tower, but the Dire team don't have any observe wards up right now. He needs to spread them out. He needs to put some protecting mid lane, but also use some for vision near bottom river as well as top river. And he would have spotted that Panda out if he'd been using those to get vision.
I see the Panda blink in, gets the Thunderclap down, gets hit though by that ultimate from Queen of Pain as well as the Power Shot and the Shackle Shot. Might back up here. Final split. I think he might just retreat though because he's very low. Does not want to reform anywhere near the enemy. Or he could just go on the aggressive. They did take out ES. Just needs to get that Earth Panda out of there and he should be okay. Queen of Pain actually giving chase. She knows that he's low. Queen of Pain getting hit by the rock. And now as well when getting thrown down there on Windrunner. Where have they gone? Oh, it blinks out! He gets away. Queen of Pain though follows up. I think he just fell short there. Just fell short. Almost got over the top. Maybe a slight misclick, but good scouting there from the Venomancer, actually looking for him in the pit, in the Roshan pit. So like you said, you know, wards are great for scouting, and there he was, using them at long last. Great effect. And of course, he has maxed them out. They are a really good support item, or gadget thing.
And Anti-Mage, he's still not leveling up the mana rate. He gets another point into Blink. He's just going to go focused entirely. And this is also because of the Shadow Demon. If he gets banished, he mana... I probably should have mentioned this a bit earlier. If he gets banished by the Shadow Demon and then his illusions start hitting him, he loses so much mana. And that's not something he can afford until much later in the game when he's a lot more farmed. So it's pretty much entirely because of the Shadow Demon pick that he's not actually getting that mana break skill. And I think with that in mind, and with the fact that he's just going to be building towards the late game and farming with this Battle Fury, it's actually not that bad a decision. It's just something you're thinking, what the hell is he doing? This is very unconventional.
It is indeed. Now, meanwhile, Windrunner she's had that mech for a lot. Looks like she's working on a 4-star to complement her items there. I'm just looking at the Radiant side, see if they've got anything similar. They've got an Urn on Vengeful, and now Windrunner still rolling up top with her teammates. I see an Urn, I see a 4-star on Shadow Demon. I don't see any mech or any pipes, they're not too worried about. There's a lot of magic damage on the Dire team at the moment. Like a pipe would not hurt at all, I think.
Yeah, pipe would be a good way to go. I mean, Shadow Demon's a nice hero to get some of those utility items up on. We may just see Shadow Demon going for that. No, he's got a Void Stone, so he's not going to go for the mech or the pipe. And Leshrac with a point boost, they're going to maybe Bracer as well. Could either go for the drums or just go straight for that ag. So not really going for any of those utility items. And I think that's definitely a weakness with MUFC's draft at the moment. I mean, they could easily get someone Shadow Demon, but they're not actually doing that. So that's something that SM can punish them for, using that ES, Windrunner, even the Venomancer and Queen of Pain, ultis and AoE. Queen of Pain's going for an Aghanim Scepter, so they are basing their lineup around the AoE, and then late game they've got the Anti-Mage.
Yeah, it's got Anti-Mage hits like a complete truck in that late game. Very, very scary. And Miranda, what's the GPM at the moment? Miranda's GPM sitting on 330, not fantastic. The Panda, though, is on 400. He's doing really, really well. He's been farming seriously hard. I mean, he had pretty much control over that mid. See, the Arrow Flyers are going to connect with... Yes, it does! It's found Venomancer. There are the pings saying, go get him. No, they changed their minds. Actually, no, there's too many people there. So, I mean, good blind shot, but in the
bottom lane.
Oh.
Windrunner is just completely caught out. 1 stun, 2, Starfall, and is there going to be a mech Windrunner? No, there's not enough time.
I think it would have helped.
Yeah, well, I don't know. If he got the mech off, and with Windrun and Phase Boost, he's pretty damn fast. He doesn't have a 4-star. If he had a 4-star, he could have definitely maybe lived, but he doesn't have that. But we're going to see MUFC with that kill look to take out this tier 2 bottom tower. The fortification's already been dropped, so now Leshrac can go in with the Edict, and this tower should be taken out with relative ease.
Yeah, it looks like there is green swinging behind them, but I don't think she's going to get there in time. I heard another arrow fly. Is going to connect with anything. Just Croak. Tower goes down. Queen of Pain could not show up in time to help out. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage just free farming up here, all by himself. Got his pound treads up and running. And how much money is he sitting on? It's 1,500. GPM-wise, I think he's caught up a little bit. Let's bring up the wrong log. He's caught up slightly. He's over 300 now. Still not fantastic though. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, looks like the Radiant are going to take another run on this mid tower. To stun guy. There we go. Oh, Venomancer getting caught out once again. The swap from the Venom. Swap on the Windrunner actually. The Shackle though down on Vengeful Spirit. There's the slow on top of Vengeful. She's in a little bit of trouble. Queen of Pain just blinking out, and the only hero going down in that skirmish was Venomancer. Vengeful, nice attempt, but still didn't quite go through. Nobody backed her up there.
That's okay for SM. They're going to lose a tier 2 tower. They'll lose the Venomancer, but still Anti-Mage is farming at top. Anti-Mage is going to start pressuring this tier 2 tower, and MUFC are going to have to back off there. Yeah, we're going to see Shadow Demon TP in, and Anti-Mage will be forced to back off. He gets banished, but he's not going to lose any mana. He can blink away, and without any mana break, those illusions are suddenly a lot less deadly. Panda, though, finishing off his Ag Scepter is going to be... He's the initiator every Team Witches they have for the next sort of 5-10 minutes while the Dire team is stuck in their base. If he goes on something like the ES...
Marana, they're going to go in. Here he goes. Wow. Blinks in on top of Windrunner. Gets a slowdown. The stun goes down on Queen of Pain. She gets chain stunned there by an arrow. Seeing her on the... she gets away, barely. Just getting away. And unfortunately for all that, set up an initiation, no payoff.
They went on the Panda went on the Windrunner. That's a big mistake because Windrunner just needs to pop the Windrun. Sure, you can maybe pop a Cyclone through a stun, but Windrunner is very tanky. The hardest hero to kill. Didn't even have to use the mech, and now SM are looking to turn this around. Go on the Panda perhaps as he blinks out just in time, and they're still chasing though.
I agree there. It seemed like there was a bit of miscommunication. I really felt like they should just play stacks on Queen of Pain and brought her down as fast as possible. But maybe he thought his teammates could. I mean, they landed the arrow, they landed the split earth, and maybe he just thought, you know what, he's going to kill them. But of course, Queen of Pain is a little bit tankier, thanks to that Argonive Scepter. She has got a bit of extra health running around. As it looks like possible engagement down and bottom. Anti-Mage actually mixing it in. Does get stunned. Chain stun there as well. A poured out. Doesn't carry through. Gets cancelled. And Vengeful Spirit gets cleaned up there by the Windrunner. Anti-Mage finally trying to cause some damage. Still doesn't have mana break though. Still hasn't put even one level in it.
I don't know when he'll plan. I'm sure it's one of those things where the more farms he gets, the more he's going to hurt himself when he gets disrupted. But he still will want to get that mana break at some point. As Brewmaster does pick up the kill on the ES in the river there. Anti-Mage though, picking up an ultimate orb, will be going for that Manta Style, but half the reason you get the Manta Style is because of how strong mana break is with those illusions. So, I mean, he needs to get mana break at some point, I feel, unless he's going to go for maybe a Lincoln Steer, but I feel like that is just a bit too unorthodox.
I agree there completely. It will delay his build, like his damage a little bit too long, I feel. Even something, like a big hit, will just help him not get locked out. I mean, the problem is, like, as soon as he starts, like, even a Mana Style would actually really help. Just because he has an issue of the Panda is just throwing the Drunken Haze on him, and that's really making him severely ineffective. Even if he's, like, not really being focused on the fight, he's just sort of wandering around with that massive mischance. I'm just wondering if he will try and get a Manta, just so he can debuff that.
Yeah, it could be worth, just for the debuff alone can be quite strong. And now, MUFC, they're grouping around the top lane. They've got two there. Pandit coming in with the Vengeful Spirit. They've got the gem up for the dewarding. And with that gem, they can get the map control they need. Mirana is just going to keep on farming. Mirana buying a, Demon Edge, going to be going for the Monkey King bar. That's going to give Mirana the damage she needs to sort of take this to the late game, maybe deal with the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage now up to 1600 gold. I'd say SM, they're not as far behind as they once seemed they were. They need that Blink Dagger up on ES though. Venomancer as well needs to be very proactive with the warding, with the dewarding, and also just using those Plague Wards for vision and map control. That's one of the reasons Venomancer is picked up as a support, because mid to late game he's still so useful. When you can't get up Observer Wards, just chuck a Plague Ward wherever you want to walk to scout it out.
Indeed, indeed. Did we call out the Yules on Shadow Demon? Although as he gets fissured there, gets in a fair bit of trouble. Might try and save him. No, just gets mass nuke. 4v1. Not much fun for him at all. And he spotted up these wards here. Also a bit of counter warding done by the Dire side. Meanwhile in mid, Queen of Pain skulking. Still sitting on that Argonauts as well as the Null Talisman. And Panda pushing up this mid lane. Has indeed got that Argonauts like we were talking about before. Makes him. He hasn't quite got the OMG WTF BBQ Pandas yet. Still needs one more level to them. But then he cause all sorts of havoc. And I just don't think at the moment the Dire have the firepower to bring down his primal split really easily.
Yeah, primal split is going to be pretty much what the Radiant team are looking to use to basically start up any team fight, and they need to make sure they can keep it alive and do all the damage they need. He needs, I think with the Panda, he needs to go for the Earthshaker, go for the Venomancer. He can't waste time trying to go on the Anti-Mage with the Queen of Pain. Those two heroes with the Blink pretty much can just shrug off the Panda or just kite him around. Win run as well, 4-staff win run. Panda, I mean, we talked about before, with going for the Acceptor, his ulti does sort of phase out the longer the game goes, and even Winrunner with a 4-staff and mech can use that to save teammates, can save the Earthshaker, save the Venomancer by forcing them away.
Indeed, indeed. So notice some people complaining about my internet. Sadly, don't have fantastic internet. That's just how it goes. It's just live, and a gem has been picked up. Vengeful Spirit. She is actually going to do a fair bit of counter, and now the Panda jumping on top of Windrunner. She is in a bad spot. Here comes the Splitter. Does connect. And gets beaten into oblivion there. So I'm just watching his oh god, he's so damn scary. Hasn't even used Primal Split yet. I mean, do you think they could try and take this tower? This Rax? I think it's possible. The Fisher goes down, defensive split. There goes the Band. He's diving for it. Primal Split now. Gonna go nuts all over the tiers. Try and get him out of the mix. I heard Queen of Pain pop her ult. There is that Sonic Wave. Did a lot of damage. Vengeful Spirit goes down. Man of Void being popped on Vengeful. She's dropped the gem. Did Mirana recover that? I'm not sure. Yes, she recovered the gem, and it looks like this push may be repulsed. Leshrac having to get out. I heard an arrow fly out. Didn't see where it went though. Leshrac just going to port out. So it looks like they will successfully repulse
really nice hold from SM. Yeah, that was a really nice hold. Queen of Pain with the AoE. Maxed out ultimate now. I think he only just got to level 16. That was only a level 2 ultimate in that team fight, but still... Great ulti. ES got taken out by the Panda. Panda doing the right thing, making sure ES couldn't come into the fight, but still the rest of the MUFC team getting completely caught out of position by the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, Queen of Pain dropped a very big ult. Had they been a little bit more split up, it wouldn't have been nearly as devastating. Also, not dead sure how much damage that Mana Void did, because I saw quite a few low mana heroes. Meanwhile, in mid, Anti-Mage with his first level, or second level rather, he had his first level in Mana Break at level 17. He's got number 2 now. Here comes the Split Earth. No, it's not a Split Earth, that's a Lightning Storm actually, as it looks like Banish, no, Poison getting spread around the Shackle there on Shadow Demon. Not doing a whole lot though. There's that Anti-Mage illusion being annoying. Just watching Green being chased. Oh, Shadow Demon hot on her heels. There's purple ports down here as well. Shadow Demon popping. What was... Oh, I suppose it is a relatively low cooldown. Just farming that creep wave, but slightly unexpected. But yeah, it is only a 40-second cooldown now. Seeing she has that Arcanum Scepter. I think she's also...
That means with that, you can just spam off creep wave. Whenever the push comes, just use it at the start as a bit of harass. And the big problem for the MUFC is they haven't gone for the pipe and mech, which means they can't just shrug off a Queen of Pain ulti by popping the mech afterwards. It's serious damage, even at the start of the fight, and then Queen of Pain, 30-40 seconds later, can use it again in the team fight.
It looks like... I don't know, people are calling out, why is the delay, like, why has he delayed the mana break so long? And, well, Burning did do it. He didn't quite do this, though. He didn't delay it nearly this long. Obviously, he got one early level. But, as Goz has said, he's kind of worried about his illusions destroying him. Basically, anytime he gets ganked, losing all of his mana to his illusions early game. But now in the late game, where he feels he can defend himself, he's quite happy to pop out the mana break. And I mean, he didn't do anything early game anyway, but Anti-Mage pushing this bottom Rax. MUFC having to respond, doing a fair bit of damage to the tower, down to half health. Anti-Mage being incredibly frustrating. He might even be able to... No, doesn't quite manage to sneak it and will have to back off. But good pressure there from that AM. Did they get the Rosh? They did manage to get the Rosh. Who picked up the Aegis is the question. Looking for it. Ah, Mirana has it now, and it looks like she is getting relatively close to that Monkey King bar. Only about 700 or so gold away.
Yeah, it's getting very, very close, and with that MKB, we'll be able to do a lot more damage with these pushes, but still, Dire Team are holding strong. They ES still no blink. ES needs that. And ES also getting close to level 11 with the level 2 ultimate and the blink dagger. I think the Dire team can maybe make things happen. In this game, very much in the balance. The gold grab slightly in MUFC's favor, but the anti-mage factor is not something that can be forgotten. And a hero like Mirana, not as strong as an anti-mage late in the game, although Mirana, with that Aegis, is still going to be a pretty big threat.
Yeah, she still will be a credible threat, no doubt about that. And of course, I just really haven't seen her set up any really good team fights yet with that Moonlight Shadow. Hasn't really been spamming it all that much. Of course, she delayed it until level 11, did not get any early levels in it, but regardless, doesn't really matter. Of course, because they got the early blink on the Brewmaster, which really helps him position. Looks like he's going for the Aura Master. Has got, well, I assume that's going to be an Assault Curious coming up, gods, on the Brewmaster.
Yeah, and, I mean, the Mjolnir is a pretty unheard of item on Panda. We're going to see an Assault Crest. The Aura does work while he's in ulti form, so I think it's good. We saw a heart on a Panda the other day, and I think that's a big mistake, because if he's got the Ag Scepter, he's focusing on using that ulti form in fight. Getting an item that boosts up your non-ulti form HP is a bit silly, and it's kind of counterintuitive. So going for an Aura item, which you still get in ulti form, the Assault Crest, is the smart decision.
Yeah, well, basically the enemy team was like, well, shit, we can't kill Panda with heart. Oh, wait, look, he split. Now we kill him. And they just jumped him every single time and beat him to a pulp, because it did go into the late game. And unfortunately, that Brewmaster's ult not as tanky as you would like late in the game. I just noticed Vengeful Spirit has cleaned up a lot of wards with that gem. It has really paid for itself, I think. And Mirana, thankfully, being able to retrieve it in the middle of that last fight over the racks, where Queen of Pain kind of completely shredded Vengeful Spirit. As
Yeah.
Black King Bardo on Queen of Pain. I think it's a pretty decent choice. They do have to worry about a fair amount of nuke.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuke. That's just going to mean Queen of Pain can sort of go in the front line. Against Panda ulti as well as the Mirana DPS, so it's a bit iffy, but it's pretty much mostly for the VS, the Leshrac stuns, making it so that they can't chain them as well as they'd like. And Queen of Pain can just be very aggressive with how he plays in these upcoming team fights. So I maybe would have preferred something more caster-based, like the Sheep Stick, or even the Silent Stick here. But we're going to see MUFC looking to take up this Tier 2 tower, as they've suddenly realized, hey, we're actually struggling to push in, take out the Tier 3 towers and racks at mid. Let's just try, get an outer tower, and then see where we can go from there.
Yeah, of course, and I mean, they let this game tick on too, and there is that Queen of Pain defending a push with her Sonic Wave. I guess she probably doesn't need to fight. See Mirana farming bottom, and I haven't really seen a whole lot around them. But I guess a little risky to pop it right before a potential fight like that. Although it looks like the Radies are going to back off, and she'll have it back up in time for the next engagement. But definitely, I think, very risky.
Yeah, and we're going to see maybe an engagement at top here. Panda is invis. He could easily scout this out if he wants to go in front. The Dire team are mostly smoked, as Queen of Pain will head into the lane. Maybe going to act as bait, but even if it is bait, the Radiant team are there in... Oh, no, they're not there in full force. Mirana is at bottom, so this is a 4v5 potentially. But the Dire team are going to play fairly safe, backed off. They've got the ES with the Blink Dagger ready, though.
Well, 4v4 until... she is a 4v4 at the moment because Anti-Mage is busy farming mid, so if a fight does break out... As you see Queen of Pain pop the BKB and jump in, Moonlight Shadow being popped by Mirana. The the teleport there from Leshrac does manage to escape. The dust was popped by the Dire side. I don't think it spotted up anything though. And nothing will come out of that small skirmish.
Yeah, just a bit scared that Mirana Moonlight Shadow that would go back in, but it was just used to help them retreat. They didn't want to go in, as Mirana is bottom, and Mirana, speaking of being bottom, is actually going to start chipping away at this Tier 3 tower. Forces a glyph out, so that's going to help them out a bit. Anti-Mage, yes, they want this Mirana. He's got no Moonlight Shadow. The leak has been used, and now Anti-Mage can unleash no mana on the Mirana. Anti-Mage, is he going to chase for this?
Looks like it.
I don't think he can get the kill, though. His ulti not going to do enough damage. But no, actually, no, he might. He may be able to break the Aegis. Oh, okay, he can break the Aegis. I don't know if he can get another kill, but there's a lot of backup coming. Ooh.
Fisher goes down, does cut Anti-Mage off, though not that he worries too much. A leap has been used once again. No backup for the Radiant, but I don't think they care because they're busy taking a tower. Moran does manage to escape. Just slips away into the jungle. She has also got a Monkey King bar finish now. And the Dire realizing, holy crap, we need to defend this. As they're probably about to jump on top of our racks.
Yeah, the Dire are still constantly finding themselves defending, but if they can hold off, get some good fights, I mean, they should be looking okay. They have got the Anti-Mage. They've got Queen of Pain getting fairly farmed, fairly big as well, and even Windrunner going for that Sheep Stick, that'll help them out a lot and even allow them maybe to pick off heroes like the Panda if they can get that sheep to initiate with.
Yeah, and the Brewmaster has finished this assault. Curious, waiting to see what he gets next. He's got another 1,000 gold saved up. Looks like the Shrek interested in causing damage. The Shackle goes out, not even close. That was not even close from the Windrunner there. Queen of Pain just going to clean up again. She's really farming up a storm. 181 to 14. She's really just been ulting creep waves left, right, and center.
And even with Queen of Pain farming that match, Antimage has still found room to get a huge amount of CS of his own. He's up to 270. He's sitting on, well, he just bought something. He had 5k gold. He's bought a BKB. And I'm surprised they're buying so many BKBs against a lineup which at the moment is going to mostly be damage coming from the Panda ulti form and the Mirana. All these BKBs, not quite what I would expect. Maybe I'd see Antimage going for either a heart or a butterfly. Even the Abyssal Blade is a good item to get this late into the game. But going to go for the BKB, and with that, they're going to have to fight. They're going to want to use those BKBs soon to give them a possible engagement at bottom lane here.
Maybe. Meanwhile, Vigil Spirit, I'm surprised that she's carrying this gem. She's probably, I suppose she is doing most of the counter, but she's very squishy. Very, very squishy. I'm dead surprised that she's the one being given gem duties. Though I suppose she is using it the most, doing most of the counter warding, just sort of wandering around looking for stuff. Using that Wave of Terror to provide vision so she can counter ward more effectively. How's Leshrac doing? He's got the BKB, he's got the drums. Looks like he's trying to build a Bloodstone now, which would be a really good item on him. Just because it gives him so much health, so much mana.
It does, but this late in the game, I don't think Leshrac is that big of a threat. He's only level 15 as well, so he's a bit under-leveled. He's got the BKB, and in these teamfights, he's not really doing that much damage because he was played as a support Leshrac. So if he was played as the main farmer, he'd be a lot higher level, have the Bloodstone by now, be a lot more farmed. And this late in the game, I think the Dire team are just going to be able to take him out very quickly from these fights. As Anti-Mage, at top, going to find the Mirana. We'll probably just do a few hits there. Mirana will force a leaf out of her. And Anti-Mage with control over this top lane does need to be careful. Shadow Demon, Panda making their way towards top as well. Yeah,
ready to cause some havoc. Panda also with a DD rune. Only for the next 10 seconds or so. Probably won't connect with that at all. Top though, or rather the secret shop. Windrunner, what has she got now? It looks like she's working on that Hex. Always a damn good item. And Venomancer still struggling away there.
Yes. it's one of those things. We saw Malk go 0-21 with Venomancer with no items, still had an impact on the game. Yeah, and we're going to see Windrunner.
Wow.
I kid you not. Malk was 0-21. They still won. Windrunner getting picked off there. That's a nice pick off that will help MUFC maybe push on in. Windrunner does have buyback. Yes, Windrunner does, and they're maybe going to try and force that out. Venomancer being a champ, keeping that Plague Ward spam going. It probably should be on top of the ramp though, as they're a lot more annoying from the up ramp. And yes, Blink ulti goes in on Shadow Demon, not going to kill anything. What is ES thinking there? He went in alone as Anti-Mage actually is at top, almost killing the Mirana. Ooh.
He's just going to try and take that tower. They will just try and hold him off though. The Anti-Mage retreats, and I guess they're just trying to split push, just try and keep their attention everywhere and anywhere except away from their base and away from the Anti-Mage. As Regen gets found there by the Shadow Demon, going to jack the Radiant Creeps at the moment. Brewmaster, I don't know, it looks like he might be building a Hex now.
Yeah, he's got the ultimate orb. I don't think there's any reason to go to Lincoln's at this point. There's not really any hard disables that he wants to stop. A shackle shot, he may see a sheep coming at him, but the sheep of its own will be a nice tool to take out the Anti-Mage, and that's, I imagine that's all that he could go for at this point to deal with the Anti-Mages. The longer this goes, the Anti-Mage, you can see what happened at top. While MUFC were going mid, trying to pick a good fight, they did manage to pick off Windrunner, but Anti-Mage doing far more damage than the kill on the Windrunner, as the top tier 1 tower is actually deniable, and Anti-Mage can look to keep pressuring that whenever he feels it's safe.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It would probably be annoying. In fact, who was this? Was this? I think this goes back to the finals for the open finals. In fact, somebody was doing this with their AM, just being a complete and utter pain in the ass, just continually keeping lanes pushed up. Meanwhile, down the bottom lane, do we have anything? Back of the ranch? Nope. They're just retreating. Go back to. Oh, okay. They're getting ready to stop this mid push if it comes. Which it doesn't look like it's coming. It's just pushing the mid creep up a little bit, and then they're going to back off. They're not going to make a run on the racks just yet. But I mean, they need to. They can't wait around forever just because, like you said, the anti-mage is getting so damn hard to kill, so damn dangerous. He's got a BKB, he's got a Manta, he's got a Battle Fury just for straight damage there. Always a damn good item. And now the Dire. Are they all smoked up? Yep, they're all smoked up at the moment, getting ready to roll out, I guess. I heard an arrow fly. I don't think it's connected to anything. Oh, alright, it's just scouting Rush. And I think Orange is saying that she wants... I think Mirana's saying that they want to go and do Rush right about now. Although...
Yeah, that would help them out a lot, but Anti-Mage is charging towards mid. SM want to make something happen. Mirana doesn't quite manage to leap up, and now they're going to go for the Shadow Demon Fissure, though, on the wrong side. Anti-Mage will manage to blink in. The Cyclone going to slow down his advances. As, preemptive BKBs from both sides. Leshrac, Queen of Pain, Anti-Mage all popping BKBs. Now Mirana does as well. BKBs galore. Anti-Mage taking a lot of physical damage, though. And we'll get the hell out of there very, very quickly as Windrunner does get taken out by a Mirana.
Yeah, well, ES dropped a good Echo Zone, but they didn't manage to really steal the deal on anything, which is unfortunate. There's a couple of crits in a row for that Pandaren and Brewmaster cleaning up.
The Assault Crest, allowing him to do so much damage. Mirana with MKB, and Windrunner cannot rely on the evasion. And same for Anti-Mage. He blinked in with BKB, but the physical damage, the Edict, as well as the Mirana, the Panda with an Assault Crest, Anti-Mage actually looked kind of squishy there.
Yeah, well, I think that's a correct assessment. I mean... Just bring him up here. He's got 1800 health, but I guess the neg armor was really helping them cut through. It was really helping them cut through. I mean, they've got neg 5 there from the aura. They've also got the negative armor as well from Vengeful Spirit, Wave of Terror. And it looks like they're going to clean this up. And I mean, I would be surprised if they don't at some point in like the next couple of minutes make another run and try and seal a Rax, just take down a Rax, because the longer this goes, the scarier and scarier this Anti-Mage is getting. He's sitting on 5,000 gold right now.
Yeah,
it's going to be hard. He's got money for buybacks.
I think he might go for a heart at this point. I mean, he wants the damage that he could get from a butterfly, but he's still squishy, and a heart will give him that survivability he might need. And yeah, MUFC find a great fight. They prove that they can deal with the Anti-Mage, but Anti-Mage has pushing power that he can just solo push, counter push, and we can see an Anti-Mage just hold off for so long, and he's going to be a complete nuisance. If he can't team fight, he's just going to go push.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, that logic. Because he's just skulking up here, waiting to see what pops up. A little bit worried about getting ganked, I guess. Vengeful Spirit still with that gem, amazingly enough. And what... Seeing as he'll give him bonus Shadow Demon, what has he gone for? He's gone for Force Stuff, a Mech, a Yules, and he's now probably working on a Sheep Stick. He's got a lot of activatable items there. Meanwhile, here...
Illusion.
Vengel's going home.
Panda's actually finished off his Sheep Stick, buys it now, so that's going to allow them to initiate on this Anti-Mage. Panda does need to be careful, won't have buyback, so if he gets picked off, things could go very badly for MUFC. They could see themselves losing a Rax quickly, but with the way that last team fight went, I don't see it happening, and Anti-Mage is not even going to want to look to take this team fight at mid, but now Panda leaving the charge towards top, maybe looking to look for a pick-off here using this Sheep Stick.
I like how Anti-Mage is pretty much playing right now without wards, watching his blind side. He's just sort of being very cautious. See someone pop up, and he's, alright, you know what? I need to get out of here. Which, at the moment, he's not in a direct threat until Vengeful Spirit and Leshrac rock up. He's going, you know what, this is a waste of time, let me just go and farm the jungle. Which I think is a perfectly fine decision.
Anti-Mage's not wasting much time. He's managed to keep his GPM up, just blinking from camp to camp. Even when if he feels it's not safe to go to lane, he'll just find a neutral camp nearby to go to. Arrow going to go flying at mid, not really hoping for too much there.